Hello, welcome to Nicolo's World. I'm glad to have you here. I'm new. Hi everybody, welcome to Nicolo's World. I'm your host, Nicole, and if you're wondering who this is my little new friend. I'll get to her in a minute. To those of you that are checking my channel out for the first time and podcast, welcome. I'm glad to have you. I hope you like it. I hope you subscribe. I hope you come back every week. And to returning viewers, welcome. Thank you for coming back, and I'm glad to have you. Now, let's get on to my little friend here. I do have a lot to share with you today. And I'll begin with my little friend. She was given to me by my gram. My gram found her where she works. She found her. They had her for garbage, and my gram knew that I've been looking for a doll to use to model my crochet clothes for like babies and children. And she comes home and she says, "Nicole, I got a present for you. Here you go." My grandmother has the cutest Pennsylvania Dutch or Pennsylvania German accent. And it was so cute the way she said it. She said, I hope you can use this doll. I'm like, well, yeah. Unfortunately, Dolly lost her her bottom half. She's naked. See? Alright. No, she doesn't have a name. And that's where all of you come in, my viewers. I would like you to help me name her. If you're not on my group on Ravelry, please join it. It's Nicolo's World Podcast. Check it out. I just started the group not too long ago, so I'm going to be opening a thread so that you can help me name her. Or if you're not part of Ravelry and you watch me on YouTube, comment down below and give me a suggestion. I'll wait about 2 weeks or so till I randomly pick a name from either I will go between my channel on YouTube and my Ravelry group. I will just randomly pick one name, and that's what her name will be. And anytime I have a knit or crocheted item for a baby or a child, you will see her. So for now, she's going to go away. I hope all of you have had a good week. If you can tell, I'm in my kitchen. It is nighttime on Thursday night. By the time you get to see this, it will be Friday. I am sorry for the late recording. Life got in the way today, that I wasn't able to record till now. We've all had it. It happens. I'm human. I tried to have it earlier, but sorry. I normally, for those of you that are new, I moved my recording day from a Tuesday to a Thursday, and it just so happened my second Thursday of wanting to get this video uploaded, something came up. Anyways, enough about me blabbing. Let's move on to what we're going to talk about today. I have spinning, I have knitting, I have finished objects, I have a little review of a magazine that I have, and a surprise. So, let's get started. Quick, a little personal life talk before I get into the goodies. This past weekend, I went to an Oktoberfest in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania at the Steel Stacks. I have some pictures that I will be sharing. I have some videos. I'm thinking if I don't post the pictures of the Oktoberfest at the end of this video, I'll do maybe a special video about it. So, that's that. Let's get started. How about spinning? I have a finished spinning project. Ooh, I know. Ta-da! You're probably wondering, what is that? Well, what is that? Let me get the right tag out so I can explain it to everybody. Good, here we go. If you guys remember, I was spinning up by Puff the Magic Rabbit. Here's the card. I was spinning up Fluffy White Goat Standing in Green Fields. It's Baby Mohair, Merino, and something else. It's 1.95 ounces, just barely 2 ounces. And the something else, the reason I'm saying that is because the pen cut out, but I'll show you guys. This is the stuff I got when I went to the Endless Mountain Fiber Festival back in August. I just recently applied it this past week. And forgive me, somehow it came out of my ties that I have in here. But that's what it looks like. And if you're wondering, like I said, it is a mix of yarns, as you guys can see. And it has Angelina, I believe, in here. That's what you'd call it. Now, the way I applied it, I tried Navajo applying for the first time. I watched a tutorial on it. I do like the way that this came out. I think it is pretty. It turned it from a single ply into a 3-ply. I have other spinning that I have in my stash that I would like to add this to. And no, I don't know the wraps per inch because I didn't do wraps per inch. I didn't get into that. I just spun it, plied it, and gave it a bath and let it dry. And I don't know the wraps per inch. I'm new to spinning, so I'm not sure how that works. I'm learning as I go. Now, that's finished spinning. I don't have any other finished spinning, so I guess we should move on to what I am currently spinning. Well, I have this wonderful fiber here. And yes, it's actually that bright. The camera's picking it up good. I got some other stuff in here. Sorry, guys. It was in my living room, and my projects are in my living room, and I just used my project bag to bring some of them out. Alright, and as you can see, I still have my project bag I made that I'm storing my spinning in. I am spinning Lara Fox Farm hand-dyed superwash merino roving, approximately 1.4 ounces. And I got this at the Endless Mountain Fiber Festival back in August. Here's the tag. It does not have a colorway. And I have some spun up already. That's what it looks like. I think it looks good. It's still bright. You can see, like, here, when I was trying to close it off, it came undone a little bit. But that's okay. It has spun, let me take it off a little bit for you guys. It has spun relatively thin, which I like. I'm kind of just letting the fiber do its own thing as I'm spinning it. There are some areas where it's chunky and then thin. I decided with this, since this is my 3rd or 4th time spinning, that I just let the fiber do its own thing of how it wants to be done and see how it turns out, and I think it's turning out pretty awesome. I do have more, as you can see in here. I am gonna have to break it into separate cobs because this guy can't hold anymore. It's getting all wonky when I spin it. It's getting all wonky, so I can tell that there's already enough on here. So I'll just take it up, turn it into a center pulled ball, and work on more. And then when I have it all done, I'll just ply it. As far as plying goes, I don't know if I'm not gonna do Navajo ply. I think I'll just do a basic 2-ply on it. Only because I want to keep it thin. maybe make a pair of socks or something out of it when I'm done. We'll see. No guarantees on it. Unless I find another project that it would look good with, but I'm thinking socks because I love the color. And if not socks, maybe a shawl or something to that effect. We'll see. Finished objects. I have some. I have my socks on a plane. Yay! I finished my last sock the other day. Woohoo! Here's what it looks like. Now this sock I have here is the sock for the right foot. In case you haven't noticed, the cables are lined up to fit each foot. This is my left. And I'm sorry, I don't have sock blockers. And it would make it a whole lot easier to show you guys, but I don't have sock blockers. That's the left. So we'll just have to pretend my hands are sock blockers. I don't even know. Where would you pick up sock blockers? I guess the internet. That's the right. I know I got a little end here I got to stick in. I was surprised at how, because it's self-striping yarn. And sometimes self-striping yarn, they don't always match up when you do the other sock. Where some other knitters, what they do is they put the ball in half so that they match. Me, I don't care if they match color-wise. Their socks, nobody, I shouldn't say nobody because I take time in making my socks, but nobody really notices. I mean, I like that they're different, that socks don't always match up. I mean, pair-wise, I want them to match as a pair, but as far as color-wise, they can be different. It's all good. As you can see, like, there's more black on this toe than this one, which is fine. And the heels match up. I use Cat Sweet Tomato heel to do the heel because I found that it fits me better than doing a gusset and a heel flap. Sorry guys, my eye is watering. I did Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off. I don't know if I do it. Sorry about that, y'all. My eye just started watering really bad, so I had to pause it and clean it up a little bit. But I was saying I used Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off to make these guys, and no, they're not too loose on me. They fit me good. But I don't know if I do it again. I kind of like the regular bind off, but I kind of like Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off because it is stretchy. And as you can see, for me doing the sweet tomato heel, you have this little bit of orange, black orange, and then on this foot a little orange, black, and a lot of orange. I think that is so cool. It adds character to the sock. And I'm actually going to wear these tomorrow. And the top. You can see it has black in it a little bit, and this one's orange. And if you're not paying attention putting your socks on, you'll be able to tell which is the right and the left. Until you get them on your feet, or you don't care, but I care which is the right and left because I worked hard. Not that this pattern was hard, it was easy. But yeah, I waited to wear these guys to show y'all. They will be on my feet tomorrow. Yay! And another surprise, I thought that I would have ran out of yarn by the second sock. But I didn't. I have this much left. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I have enough to make another pair of socks. If I do make a pair of socks, maybe ankle socks. Or I was thinking, because it's getting cooler out and my house has been cool lately. It gets cool in the winter. Before you, like, you wonder, like, well, you got heat. You live up north, you have heat. Yes, I have heat, but the thermostat has to be a certain temperature for it to come on. And sometimes in the morning and mid-afternoon, the house is cool till the heat comes on, because during the day, my house gets plenty of sunlight, which keeps the house warm and at a nice temperature. Because my house is an older house. It was built in 1890. Yes, the house is that old. So during the day, the way the sun shines, it's warmer. And then in the evenings, as it cools down, it gets cooler. So I'm thinking I don't have the pattern to show you guys, but I started working on some fingerless mitts. I'm not sure if I'm going to make them or I'll just take them out and make something else. I may just keep going with this because I've never made fingerless mitts. Anyways, in case you're obviously new, you're probably wondering what pattern I used to make my socks. I use Socks on a Plane by Laura Linman, and she's also known as Lala from the Knit Girls. This is a free pattern on Ravelry, so I'm not giving too much away here, but that's her Socks on a Plane. This was a really easy pattern. As I said, it is cables, and this was, I should say, because I'm not working on them anymore, my first cable project, and I found it really easy. And the yarn I used is by I got it from Stacy from the Mustache Podcast. And I'm sorry, I was just babbling there for a whole second. It's late. I got it from Mustache Shop. Here's the logo. And it's Ritz self-striping sock yarn, straight up Halloween. It's 75-25 superwash merino nylon razzle dazzle. 436 yards, 100 grams. And the colorway is glowing pumpkin and cloaked night sky. And here is the web address. I will also have this linked in my show notes. I will tell you, I love this yarn. It was amazing to knit up and work with. I was sad because I was done with the project, but ecstatic because I could wear the socks. So yay! And when I got the socks, I got this sample thing of a soak to try with it. And these socks are so smooth and soft. And it's such a great scent. It smells amazing. And if you're wondering how I dried them, I didn't put them in the dryer. I just hung them over a wash basket to dry overnight. One, because it was nighttime when I did it and I didn't feel like going down to the basement to my dryer. And two, I didn't want to run the dryer just for a pair of socks. Because, well, it's a gas dryer and I just wasn't doing it. Not for 2 socks. I couldn't vouch. Anyways, that's that, and I will be wearing these tomorrow. Now, I don't know if you guys want to count this neck thing as half finished or still working on. But in my last podcast episode, I mentioned that I'm doing an Afghan or throw challenge with thecrochetcrowd.com. I am making a kaleidoscope Afghan, or throw, I'm sorry. It is the pattern is from Red Heart Yarn. Thecrochetcrowd.com is in with words. Red Heart. And Mikey, the owner of the Crochet Crowd, he puts on these little challenges for us, sponsored by Red Heart. And this month's is Kaleidoscope Throw. And I'm working on these motifs. I need 46 of them. And I have 4 total now. I have this one. I love this one. Oh, and this blue right here, this is also going to be the border. Instead of doing the black like that, I'm doing mine in blue. Only because if you know me, I love color. I love brightness. I love color. But here's this one. That is a gray. The color is showing up correct. And then I have this one. This keeps showing up as black, but it's not black. It's a very dark blue. This one. Same thing with this. It's the same color as the previous one. It's just showing up black. And this one. I have 4. I have to have 46 of these. So I think maybe periodically in the podcast, I'll show you guys these. Or maybe I'll show you each new one I make. And I'm crocheting them on a J hook, 6mm. Oh. Help if I put it the right way, wouldn't it? So that's what I'm currently working on there. I don't know if you want to call these finished objects, but to me, because I have to have 46 motifs, I have 4 of them done. So I consider them a finished object and half finished. So yay! What else am I working on? I am working on my iced cardigan or sweater. I know I told you guys last week it didn't get no love, but it got love this week. And the sweater is by Carol Feller. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. So check it out. That's the sweater. The directions are easy. It's a top-down raglan. I am using Lion Brand Homespun. And I don't remember the colorway. When I use a new ball to work on this sweater, I'll be able to tell you guys. But you're going to be surprised at how far I got. And this was just from me knitting it yesterday. I have it backwards. I have sleeves, yay! Well, armholes for sleeves, I should say. Yay, this is how far I got. If you guys remember, the last time there was hardly anything. I am using my new Knit Pick needles that I got, and these work better than my other ones. They actually work. I have no trouble, knock on wood. They are Knit Picks Harmony Interchangeable Needles, US 11s, 8mm, on a 40-inch cable. I know some of you are thinking, 40-inch cable, how big is this sweater? Well, as you saw the picture, it's not that big. However, I like the room. I don't feel like everything's cramped up. Now, because this is a top-down raglan, I had to divide off for the sleeves. And I'm using one of my stitch markers that I made. And to bind off for the sleeves, I hate using lace yarn. I don't know why. I don't like it. So, excuse me. What I did was my other set of interchangeable needles that I got at my local yarn store, I used those as the waist yarn. I put the little locks on them. And they're holding my live stitches. So yay. And I may be done with this by next week, or I may not, or I'll be close. Maybe at least I'll have sleeves. Don't hold me to that, I'm not sure. But I gotta knit 2 inches from underneath the arm. So I gotta knit 2 inches down. And then we'll start sleeves. This is working up really quickly. I did this in one night while watching TV, and that was yesterday. I was watching evening TV, my CSIs and Criminal Mind, and one of my other shows. Anyhow, this is how far I got. It is a simple pattern. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated. I do like it. And I will say I love Lion Brand Homespun for the fact of how quickly it does work up, how warm it is, and it is soft. So I do like that. And I am knitting this, if you're wondering size, I'm using an extra large, the extra large size. I'm thinking now as I'm knitting it, because it is stretchy, maybe I could have went to a large, but I'll stick with the extra large because it could shrink when I wash it. And if it's big, oh well. Big is comfortable. And what else got love this week? Oh, here it is, sorry. I'm recording this on my like a little bar, breakfast nook, or whatever you want to call it. And it fell on the chair. Next, in my own bag, I made this bag. And you can tell I made it because it probably looks horrible. And yes, I purposely made it this way because it's me. My chemo cap I'm working on got love. It's called Jerry Hat. And it's a paid-for pattern on Ravelry by Marley Bird. And being that it's paid for, I'm trying to show you guys without giving too much away. But that's the pattern. And I got quite a bit done on it this week. And yes, you can laugh. My stitches are twisted. I'm a twisted stitcher. That didn't come out right. I got twisted stitches. As you can see. I don't know how that happened. When I set everything up, it wasn't twisted. Somehow I twisted it. And I decided I'm not binding off and redoing it. It's staying twisted. But this is how far I've gotten so far. I gotta get 6 inches. And this is the ribbed stretchy. And I'm using, if I can find it here, I'm using one of my stitch markers from the mustache shop that I got when I got my socks. And this little one works better than the one I had on because it's not heavy and wonky and getting stuck. But I've been using this as purse knitting for appointments or if I'm sitting at home watching TV. It got love this week. And the repeat row till I decrease is, I have it in my head. Very simple, not hard at all. In my bag, as you can see, I crocheted a little, I sewed a loop so that it looks like that. Here's the string. And voila. It closes, or if you want, I could tie it and just have a little handle. But I do it this way since it's purse knitting. It works. Next up, I told you guys I had a surprise for you. Well, my surprise is, remember that yarn by Sugar and Cream I had that was like white or off-white antique white that I said I was going to dye up using Kool-Aid? Ta-da! It's all done up. This is what it looks like. And I think it came out gorgeous. And it smells just like Kool-Aid. I used orange Kool-Aid. In fact, I only used the 1 pack of this instead of both. I was afraid it would be... I didn't want this super orange. In fact, some of this got the orange that was already on here. That's made it oranger, but that's how I was afraid it would have came out if I used 2. So I used 1, and I have 1 left. I used the Kool-Aid. What flavor is this? Orange. Now, I do have another ball of this that I need to color up, and I actually want you guys' opinion on what I should do. I was thinking, because I have this orange, and I have 2 packets of strawberry kiwi. I don't know why it says new. I always thought they had strawberry kiwi. I have these 2 packets. I was thinking of mixing this and this together and dyeing it and see what I get. Or just these 2. Or should I use all 3 and really see? I want to hear from y'all. Either send me a comment on YouTube, or I'm going to post a thread in our Ravelry group for this, and you guys can tell me what you think. I'm excited to hear. I look forward to it. So that is all the knitting and the spinning I've been up to. So I guess we should get on to my magazine review. Oh, and quick note, I'm also going to have a thread on Ravelry for her, so we can name her. So there's going to be 2 going. Yee. Next, I'm going to review, or we're going to review, whichever you would like, one of my magazines. I didn't get asked to do this. I'm doing it on my own. I have a subscription to it. Excuse me, guys. It's late here. I have a subscription to Crochet Today, and I figured I'd share some things out of the October issue I have. I have November, December, but we'll do that next podcast. I want to try and share something with you guys out of a magazine, maybe every other podcast or something. But first up, I don't know if you guys read Crochet Today or ever looked at it, but they used to have a little thing called Coco. Right here, this little thing where Coco goes around the world. I don't know why they stopped that. I used to love that segment they had in here for Coco. The outfits were cute. I never made her, but I think I'm going to make her and make some outfits because I think she's adorable. But anyhow, let's get on with the show. First up it's called Vintage Remake Jackie Cap. This is the original, right here, and it looks like it's 1950. This is what it looked like in 1950, and this is today. I kind of like both of them. I don't know. I mean, obviously I would use different colors, but I kind of like both. Unfortunately, they don't give the pattern. I don't think they give the pattern for the original, just the remake. So, next up, it's called Dartmouth, however you want to pronounce it, sweater. It's crocheted. I like it, however, I don't know if I want to tackle a crocheted sweater. I'm just afraid it would take a long time, as we're knitting a sweater seems to go quicker, but I don't have really, the only sweater I have to compare it to is a baby sweater. That's not really anything to nothing like I've never done a adult crocheted sweater before, but that's what it looks like there. I think it's the pattern wise it gave it away. It gave it away that I like it, but however, the only thing I don't like is the neck. I'm not a turtleneck kind of gal. Maybe if it lost its turtleneck, I would like it, because I have this right here, and I feel like it's and plus, I don't like anything high up on my neck. The other thing I like, it is called Maple Leaf Scarf, and I think this is just pretty right here. A pretty scarf. Maybe decorate the window, or if you have like a little fireplace or fake fireplace or something, like drape it. I think it would look pretty. Very festive. The other pattern I like, it is called Ashberry Blanket. And it's this right here. You don't really have a good picture, but that's what it looks like. I think it's pretty. I love the stitch pattern. It's basically a shell pattern. It looks like it would work up quick. Make a nice gift for somebody, since the holidays are coming up. The other thing I found is it's a kid's pattern. I just think it's so cute. I think this little whole ensemble, the dog, I just think it's adorable. And also for little girls, I think these little, like, I think they're supposed to be treats. Yeah, play macaroons and necklaces. You can even make a little necklace. I think they're cute for a little girl. Or a little boy, whichever. And if in the other picture you saw the little boy holding this dog, I think he's cute. However, I wouldn't make him in white. Here it is again. I think it's cute. Crochet today, I don't know, we're kind of like having an off, like some patterns I just don't like, which, you know, hey, we all have our own prerogative. But since they merged with I can't remember who they merged with, but since they merged with them, I haven't been too impressed with some of the stuff they've come out with. Prior to that, it was good stuff. Okay, that's all for that. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, and I think this shawl is just cute. But that's my review of the September-October. That's all the knitting and crocheting I have. Next is what's going on in my life. If you don't want to stay for that and you're leaving me now, I'll see you next week. And if you're new and you're leaving me now because you don't want to listen, I really hope you guys come back. And if you are leaving me now, if you're watching me on iTunes, please go to iTunes, leave me a review, give me a rating, leave me feedback. I look forward to hearing from it. If you're staying, yay! I hope you guys give me feedback too. As I said earlier in the podcast, I went to an Oktoberfest. I had a great time. It was fun. And as Oktoberfest states, there's a lot of ethnic food, German. Sorry guys, I had buzz or fiber go in my mouth. But anyways, the good German and Pennsylvania Dutch food. You name it, they had everything. There was this one place there called Bethlehem Ice Cream. I think it was called Bethlehem Ice Cream. Yeah. They had what they called Oktoberfest chocolate, which was chocolate. It had the Yingling black and tan flavor to it. Like you could taste the beer flavor. I'm not a big beer person, but it was good. It gave the chocolate just the right amount of kick. Woohoo! And another side fact I found out, Yingling, the beer company, is also going to be going back to making ice cream. That should be interesting. Never had Yingling ice cream. They're coming back with it, I guess, many years ago. It actually came about in the Depression. Or, not the Depression, the Prohibition. Back in the Prohibition, they made ice cream. And they stopped it many years ago and are bringing it back. So we'll see. It's supposed to be out 2014. Oh, excuse me. Other than that, same old, same old. Nothing exciting really going on. Other than my TV shows are back on. I watch and if you're wondering, I watch Criminal Minds, CSI. I'm sad that there's only CSI, NCSI, and NCIS Los Angeles. I kind of miss CSI New York, but hey, I don't control TV. I did see a new show on the CW that I like called Beauty and the Beast. It's in its, I think, second season. Is it like, I don't understand though if it's based on the characters from Beauty and the Beast, or that's just the title of the show. I did watch it. The guy turns into like a beast. I mean, they don't have the same names, obviously, from the Disney show, but I kind of think that's where they got the idea. The other show on the CW I watched, it's new, it's called The Originals. It's a vampire show. If you guys ever seen The Vampire Diaries, it's a spin-off from that, except it's taken place in Louisiana. It's pretty good. And another one I kind of got into because I seen the previews on Lifetime because I like Lifetime. It's called The Witches of East End. It's about this family, these girls, they don't know that they're witches. They just find out. Surprise! Somebody's trying to end y'all's life, and oh, by the way, you're a witch. That's why it's happening. I seen the first episode. It's good. I think I'll keep watching it just to see if it holds my interest. And of course, I like Duck Dynasty. I love the beards. Yes, I do. I love the beards. Anyways, that's my TV. I am actually looking. Another thing I probably should have talked about this in the beginning, but I'm talking about it in personal life, is I'm starting a new segment on here talking about men in knitting and crocheting. It'll start off with a brief history of how men got involved in the crafting world. And I will be talking about some awesome men in the crafting world today. And it actually came about from an experience I had when I was at an appointment. And I will get into that in my other video when I start this next podcast of this segment. That doesn't sound right. When I do my next podcast, this segment, Men in the Fiber Arts World, I will explain everything. So I've been doing a lot of research on it, and it is pretty interesting. This weekend, since y'all are going to be seeing this Friday, happy TGIF! Yay! I don't have anything planned for the weekend. Just relax, and that's about it. Knitting, crocheting, reading maybe. Would y'all like to know what I'm reading? If you are, let me know. Maybe we can start a little book club in the group. Maybe I'll start a little segment on YouTube about book reviews. I used to do them a while back. Maybe I'll bring it back. Comment down below if you'd be interested in that. And also what I watch on TV. I'll start a link on my Ravelry group. And also comment down below if you'd like to see me, if you're watching this on YouTube, comment down below if you'd like me to do a little segment on YouTube about TV shows. Maybe watch the TV shows and we can chat or something about it. Other than that, that's about it. I'm going to let you guys go because it is late. I do need to get to sleep and I do want to upload this. So until next week, be safe, be good, have fun. I can't wait to hear what y'all are crafting or stashing. And if you're not part of our Ravelry group, please join it. I will put the link at the end of this video. Come, chat, let's liven the boards up. Bye.